Pour Out Your Story Publishing presents Hidden Above Her, Part 1 by Kandle Bossfield. Read by Marshawn Francoeur. The truth. Is he trying to kill me? I plop down on the chair and throw my forehead into the palms of my hands. Don't cry. I squeeze my eyes and envision packing my bags with a smile, because in 24 hours, I'll be on a plane to Los Angeles. But there's a problem. I open my eyes and turn around. The dirty body is on the kitchen floor with messy blonde hair and blood dripping from her nose. Any intelligent person would leave right now, but I can't. Not until I get what I deserve. Not until I get the truth. The marijuana smoke drifts from the bud on the floor, and it's drying the saliva on my tongue. I cough, and my black heels clunk on the bamboo floor as I walk over to the French balcony and slide open the door. The cars hum below as they maneuver through the morning traffic on J Street. I step out and place my hands on the cold and bumpy metal rail. Why hasn't he called? The icy wind cools down my almond skin and blows through my thick, kinky hair, which tickles my elbows. The sun's a highlight of orange on the verge of a little February rain. I look across the street at the concrete building. It has a restaurant below called the Mexican Grill, written in big, bold blue letters. State workers move fast on both sides of the downtown Sacramento streets, which consists of women in business dresses with tennis shoes on, and men with business attire and suitcases. City buses roll by, and the parking enforcement is busy setting up the area with cones for construction work. Speaking of work, I remember how it took me 6 stupid months to find my wedding dress. Thinking back, I remember how my heart thumped and how my palms shook in nervousness. I was engaged for the very first time, happy of course, but from time to time doubt still tapped me on the shoulders. I stood up on the panel in front of the large mirror, and I was speechless when I admired the beautiful ivory ball gown, draped in crystals and lace, which lifted my boobs in all the right places. But most of all, my mother cried. It takes a lot for my mother to show emotion. She's always so nonchalant, and you can never guess what she's thinking. So to witness that sour-faced, snot cry for the first time, I knew it touched her heart. So how am I going to explain to her what's happening right now? It's crazy how a few seconds could change someone's life. It only takes a few seconds to get hit by a bus, a few seconds to lose everything in a poker game, and a few seconds to break an ankle running in a track meet. It's been 10 minutes since I opened my fiancé's apartment door and saw the blonde girl cooking eggs in blue lingerie. Life-changing? Definitely. And it only took a few seconds to realize that I had to call off my freaking wedding. Confusion shoves hard at my chest. Come on, get it together. I put the tip of my thumb underneath my fingers to activate the spinner in the middle. The mini chain races inside the titanium ring. The vibration is soothing, which causes the constant gasp in my breath to stop. My mother thought I had a rare breathing disorder that caused me to breathe this way. My dad called it asthma. But in reality, it's good old-fashioned anxiety that creeps up from time to time. Yep, this is my life. This ring makes me feel in control, even though everything in front of me is out of control. I turn and peek back inside at the blonde girl on the floor. She looks nothing like me. She has a pointy nose, long chin, and a fake basketball butt attached to her baseball bat legs. Oh, and I can't forget the artificial cantaloupes on her chest. I have high cheekbones, full lips, a flat stomach, and my once meaty thighs are now thinned out and toned. My breasts resemble succulent oranges, but they aren't as perky as other 22-year-olds my age. But they're absolutely perfect for Sim. Yep, that's me, Symphony Dunmore. But I prefer Sim to differentiate between the old, youthful Symphony and the grown-ass adult Sim that I am now. Yep, I'm an adult, but I never thought I would have a day like today. This morning I woke up to a call from a frantic girl who said my fiancé Todd was going to die. And then she hung up. At first I thought, why would a little girl be calling me? Todd doesn't have any little sisters. She had to have been at least a teenager because she had such a small voice. I immediately called Todd, and of course he didn't answer. So I called his boss and found out he no longer worked for the law firm, which was odd because he didn't mention it to me when we took engagement photos at the park the other day. So I woke up my sister cousin Tava to come with me to his condo. Tava's my ride or die. You know, the closest person to me who's ready to pray, fight, or twerk with me at the drop of a dime. I stuck my emergency key into the apartment door and expected him to be in a pool of blood, but nope, no him and no blood. Instead, Tava and I stepped into a game of who doesn't belong, and the $40 million question was it the blonde girl sucking on a blunt and cooking in the kitchen, or me? I asked the blonde what the hell she was doing in my man's condo. She disregarded my question and told me Todd took off in her daddy's new Porsche and her father would kill Todd if he saw him driving it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. This is some twisted shit. But it gets better. Never mind the fact that she played a part in destroying my relationship, and forget about the 20 by 24-inch photo hanging by the front door of us gazing into each other's eyes. All she wanted was my help to get her daddy's car back. I got in her face, called her 52 sluts, and told her she left her brain back at the whorehouse she came from. Her stinky dragon breath almost made me pass out. I couldn't believe the audacity of this girl to feel comfortable enough to cook here and ask me, of all people, for help. I've never been in this type of confrontation before. Before my first squirmish encounter, I thought I did rather well, until the blonde yelled back. She said something along the lines of how I should be thankful she kept my fiancé satisfied, and asked, sarcastically, if I liked the lingerie my fiancé bought her with my credit card. That moment turned into unbelievable silence, because those words knocked my soul right out of my skin. It's been 9 minutes since Tava punched the blonde in the face, using all the power from her tattooed submachine arm. She hit her so hard that the blonde tripped over my foot and smashed her face on the tan rock floor in the kitchen. She has yet to move and could possibly be dying, but I'm too distraught about my relationship to care about her problems. I hate confrontation. Anytime I can avoid it, I will, but I have someone with me who is always ready to punch confrontation in the throat, and her name is Tava. Sim, snap out of it, Tava says with a frown on her round face. Her thick gold chain dangles around her neck as she struts in her Jordan sneakers. I love my sister cousin. Tava has vanilla cookie skin, hairy arms, and her ocean blue eyes are like stretched ovals, like her mother, whom we only saw in pictures. Her blue hair is very short in the back, and her choppy bangs are long. I'm sure by tomorrow her hair will either be purple or red. She has thin, arched eyebrows and thick, robust legs that never jiggle in her size 16 cut-off jean shorts. She wears a fanny pack around her waist, and her "you must be crazy if you don't think I'm sexy" walk makes all the boys stare. Tava marches back into Todd's room, now with scissors in hand. Oh gosh. Tava and I are cousins, but we're raised like sisters. We look nothing alike, but we favor our mothers. Tava's mom is of European descent, and my mother is of African American descent, and our fathers are both of Samoan descent. When we were kids, Tava climbed trees and pushed around the neighborhood boys, while I sat on the porch setting up a full-on wedding production for Afro Barbie so she could marry her man Kendrick. After the blonde made those accusations about my credit card, Tava's top lip curled and there was nothing I could do. I've seen that look before. I wish I were more like her, so fearless of consequences. I'm the youngest out of Tava and my brother Duck, and they always act as if their job is to protect me, even though I'm more than capable of defending myself. I tend to keep things all sealed up in a jar sometimes. Tava reminds me at least once a month of how life's too short not to act on how I feel. She lost her parents in a tragic car accident, so her views on life are more cutthroat than mine. Finding out about what happened to her parents turned her into a no-nonsense kind of girl. Her perception of the world is black and white. There's no gray area. The answer is either yes or no in her world. Last year, after graduating, Tava moved in with a roommate in Los Angeles, but now her roommate's boyfriend is moving in, so Tava and I are getting a place together. We already put down a deposit for our apartment out there. So she's in town to help me move. We don't have furniture yet, but we'll make a quick stop at the Furniture for You store, and we'll be good to go. Moving together was supposed to be temporary until after Todd and I got married next year. I guess those plans got thrown out the window this morning. I leave the patio door open and walk back into the living room. My skinny jeans brush against the corner of the GQ magazine on the coffee table. Something flies, cracks, and slides across the wooden floor. It's a CD with a shadowy silhouette of a curvy woman with wavy hair standing in front of a blue background. I bend down, and my hair brushes over my chest. I have been searching for this CD for weeks now. It's of the artist Her, which means having everything revealed. She's an R&B songstress who keeps her persona a mystery, rocking sunglasses and long curly hair to conceal most of her face on a dark stage. I know it's my CD because she wrote me a note on the back. It says, "Symphony, follow your dreams. Sincerely, Her." I remember playing her CD in my car when I picked Todd up from the airport a few weeks ago. He never asked to borrow it, but it somehow ended up between the pages of a magazine in his apartment. Maybe he has plans to give it back. I'm talking about a successful lawyer who showers me with stilettos, purses, clothes, you name it. The cost never mattered to him. But facts are, he has a woman in his apartment, and my Visa card has been missing since I left it on my dresser at home, in my room. Facts are, Todd was the last person around me when I had it, and he insisted I hold off on reporting it lost. Now that I think about it, he was so confident it would show up. Could that have been a distraction? Now I'm second-guessing myself. Of course, Todd has money. He paid for my ivory wedding gown. He paid $6,000 to be exact. Yep, $6,000 for a dress that I'm going to wear once. But it's a shame that I still pretended to be happy with the most manipulative, egotistical, hog the bathroom to look pretty man I ever met. Sort of like how I'm pretending there's a possibility the blonde might be alive in the kitchen. I walk back into Todd's bedroom. I jolt back. The explosion of movement in Todd's closet startles me. I don't know what Tave is doing in there, but I'm sure it's something to make me feel better. Is this happening right now? I sit at the foot of the bed. My rapid heartbeat disrupts my unsettling emotions with a mixture of disgust and confusion, which impales my bones. I hope Tave is in there swinging like a professional golfer. Speaking of a career, getting hired as a celebrity news correspondent has always been my dream. I interviewed by phone 3 times at the Hollyview Network in Los Angeles. If hired, I'll be eligible to join the prestigious Creative Board, which is a team that selects the actresses and models for the featured sitcoms on the network. My mission is to eliminate the body-shaming perception that women need to be thin to fit into the entertainment world. The standard of beauty is drastically different. There are so many women who run to get plastic surgery to appear like the ideal woman the network portrays to be perfect. You know, the girl who eats a piece of lettuce for breakfast, a grape for lunch, and a slice of raisin for dinner. I want young girls to know beauty comes in all shapes and sizes. I feel if I don't do something about it now, young girls growing up may think it's not cool to be comfortable in their own skin. It's a dark place to be when you can't stand gazing at all the bumpy grooves of your body in the mirror. All because some peanut-headed loser at school doesn't like your body and tells everyone how he feels. I want to show women, whether they're tall, short, plump, or wide, that it's all about the confidence that makes a woman sexy. It's about how secure a woman feels about herself. Because when a woman gets to a certain level of security, she will not need a man to validate her sexiness. You know what I mean? But there's one problem. The thought of being on television in front of the world tightens the thick rope of anxiety around my neck. But I'm ready to hop out the plain white box I've been walking in circles in all these years. I look around. I'm not exactly certain of what I'm looking for, but my intuition tells me to continue. Sadly enough, I can't pretend like everything's fine, even though I want to, but I just can't this time. My mother always says, when people get engaged, most secrets come out. There's something about the stress of planning a wedding that brings out the worst part of a person. Sometimes skeletons pop out of the closet, too. Some people choose to ignore it, and others take a run for it. It's like God exposes every flaw the other person has in the open, like a test. The can you live with this person for the rest of your life kind of test. If this is my test, I'm failing, and will gladly write a big fat-ass X over our future together. Unless maybe I want to keep pretending. But why would I do that? Maybe I just want to prove to my parents that I'm mature enough to control my own life. I sigh. The shiny black drawer grabs my attention. I push off the bed and carefully rummage through the boxer briefs. A smud bill. And an open letter from the Internal Revenue Service? $250,000 owed? I swallow. This can't be right. Why didn't he tell me about this? It's from a year ago, so maybe he's cleared up the misunderstanding by now. I look down. Credit cards? I pick up the Visa card with the name Ryan Bracey, the MasterCard, Alan Desmond, and the Discovery card, Victor Peterson? Why do all these names sound familiar? I throw them on the bed. He has more than enough money. Did he steal all these cards? The loud groaning from the kitchen drowns out my thoughts. Can you keep it down? I yell out. I guess the blonde chicken in the kitchen isn't dead after all. But she certainly had a well-warranted beatdown. Tava! What's up? She yells from the closet. Look at what I found. I calmly say and point to the credit cards lying on the bed. Tava walks out of the closet slightly winded. What's this? Look at the credit card names. Do they sound familiar? She examines it. Ryan Bracey, Alan Desmond, Victor Peterson, she says lazily. She points at one particular card. The last 4 on this card are the same numbers I used to unlock my phone. Huh. Help! The blonde girl weeps from the kitchen. Tava yells, Shut up! Don't make me come over there! Todd's always bragging about what he's going to buy. I knew he was into some illegal shit. Tava scrunches her eyebrows before leaving the room. I pull the phone out of my back pocket and check my credit card account. My legs turn to feathers. There's a Victoria's Secret purchase from 2 days ago. The phone buzzes, and Todd's smiling photo pulls up on the screen. I want to reject the call, but avoiding this is like pretending a 50-foot elephant isn't taking a massive dump on the bed. I back against the wall and press the green button.